ladies and gents, welcome back. It's been a bit of a while, do apologise, but kind of got a bit burnt out YouTube, so just thought I'd take a little bit of a break, but I'm back to make this video. Today's a very important day. It's the 17th of May 2021, and this is the day where max capacity comes back to London's buses. So you may notice on the buses now you don't see any of the stickers. The only stickers you'll see are on the rear-facing seats, because you're still not allowed to sit facing towards other passengers. Apart from that, yeah, back to max capacity. They do advise us to only have seating passengers, but pretty much you can have max capacity. So at least like 60 people on your bus now. It's pretty scary, you know. For us, obviously, it's going to be a lot more busy because now, obviously, even more things have opened, you know. So there's going to be more people out and about, especially on the weekends. You know, you're going to get all the drunks come on your bus, especially if you're doing the late shift. I've been lucky not have to do too many late shifts at the moment. They keep putting me on middles or earlys, so I'm pretty happy with that. But yes, it's very important today. So obviously, you still need to wear a mask. Still the law to wear a mask on public transport, so make sure you do that. Let me just close the window. Bloody go-ahead drivers making so much noise. But yeah, so just obviously make sure that you keep wearing your mask, because that is still a legal requirement. But you can use all available seats apart from the rear-facing seats at the back of the bus. It also means you'll be sitting closer to the driver. So we call them the suicide seats, because like they're not good. It's not a good thing to sit at those seats. I know it's really bad we call them that, but you know, it's just they shouldn't be seats there at all. It's the same like with the one behind the driver. So it's just a seat you don't need. But yeah, so I'll see. So it's not a bit too busy. I signed on at 20 to 9, started at 10 to 9, so rush hour's over. So, but I've got the evening rush hour to deal with. So it's currently 10 to 11, and I come off my break now. So I go back to Plumstead, come off from my break, and then I do my second half. Gonna get stuck in the evening rush hour, finish at 6:30, so that's not gonna be fun. Plus, by the time I get to Woolwich on my trip back from Peckham, it's going to be like 3:15, so I'm going to be right in the middle of the school rush, which I'm not looking forward to, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. You know, that's part of being a bus driver. You've got to deal with school kids, very rude school kids. God, school kids just annoy me. They've no respect at all, you know, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But there was something else I wanted to talk about. Kind of the topic for this video is I get this a lot from people. Why are buses so slow? And they're not. My opinion on the matter is car drivers. You've got a car driver mind, you know. If that makes any sense, you've got a car driver mind. So because you've never driven anything other than a car, God, this lighting is terrible. Sorry, that's better. Because you've never driven anything other than a car, you think that everything has to be up to a car standard, if that makes sense. So your 30 miles an hour in a car should be the same for every vehicle, and that's my opinion on the matter. Is that people just have such a car mind, and they've never driven anything else other than a car. They don't realise how fast buses actually are. Like if you drive a bus doing like 30 miles an hour, you're like, oh my god, like your arms are all the way out, and you're like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Because it's different in a bigger vehicle, you know. It's not like a car, you know, like you've got to be a lot more careful, a lot more wary. That's why a lot of bus drivers just drive at 20 mile an hour, because that's the safe speed for bus drivers. I find it's the safe speed, you know. It's too scary doing like 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, because obviously if you're on the 96, for example, the dead run to the 96 is following the A206, and that's like a 50 mile an hour road. So it's kind of scary doing that kind of speed in a bus, because you got to remember how slow they are to stop, you know. And again, it's just car drivers not who have never done anything other than drive a car, and I just think it's so like it's just ignorance on their part. They don't actually realise how dangerous it is to drive a bus at 30 miles an hour. You know, like I drive at 20 most of the time, 25 pushing it. That's purely because, again, the slower your speed, the more time you've got to notice a hazard and deal with the hazard. You know, rather than just going 30. Like, there's no point getting all the way up to 30 just to then slow down again. Like, it's not gonna make the traffic go any quicker. It won't. Like, you know, if there's traffic up ahead, there's still gonna be traffic up ahead by the time you get there. And it's just car drivers' mentality, because they've never ever driven anything as big as this. Like, they've never driven a van, they've never driven a lorry, they've never driven a bus. They don't understand. You know, it's just plain ignorance on their part. And I think like it is a lot to do with our society today. Everything's got to be 90 miles an hour. Like, you know, everyone's zooming everywhere because they've got to be somewhere. Like, I remember like when I was very, very young, it was so much different. It wasn't like it is today where everyone's rushing to get to where they need to be. People just took their time, stuck to the speed limits, obeyed the law like you should be obeying the law. You know, like you shouldn't be, you know, breaking the speed limit. There's no excuse for breaking the speed limit. No excuse whatsoever. It's the same with a bus, you know. And it's sad because, you know, like this shouldn't be how it is. You know, we should all be helping each other out, helping each other be safe on the road. But they don't want that. You know, they're always out for themselves. They don't care about others. You know, but apparently it's bus drivers' responsibility to, like, you know, think for everyone else. You know, we've got to think for every other road user on this road and think about what they could potentially do, whether it be good or bad. And I just think that it's a real shame that it's come to this. But again, it's people. Like, there's nothing you could do about people. And I think, and obviously another reason is buses are slow because you have like a 2-3 ton engine in the back. So especially if you're going up a hill, like famously the 99, sorry, they go up Boston Hill. My dad does the 96. I keep saying the 96. My dad does the 99s. He does about probably a maximum of 10 mile an hour up that, all the way up that hill. And he even said it himself. It's embarrassing. You know, it's embarrassing doing 10 mile an hour up that hill. There's nothing you can do. Like, you've got a massive engine in the back holding you down. So it don't matter if your foot's all the way on the floor. You know, it don't matter. You've got a massive engine holding you down. You just got to deal with it, really. There's nothing you can do. See, obviously, hybrid vehicles are a little bit... hybrid vehicles will go up that hill no problem. Because, obviously, it's a hybrid. You know, so the electricity will give it the boost, if that makes sense. So, yeah. But again, it's just like they're slow because they're massive. Like if you're, I've still got 14 minutes. Lovely. If you seriously think a bus is going to zoom around zoom around a corner and 30 miles an hour, it ain't happening. Like, it's a massive vehicle. It's a 12-ton vehicle. You're seriously expecting it to keep to the speed limits like all the way through? It ain't happening. Like, you've got to be realistic about the situation. It's not like. Oh, sorry. It's not like a car. Again, like I said, it's a car driver's mentality. They think everything is the same as a car. They don't understand that it's a different kind of vehicle. It's not a car. You know, they just think that we zoom round like a car. Buses may drive like a car in the sense of they're really easy to drive. Obviously, once you've driven them for as long as we have, you get used to it. But especially the MMCs, they are driving it's like driving a train. It's like they're on rails. But it's you've got to understand that it's not a car. I'm going to keep saying it until people understand. It's not a car. It is not a car. You know, you've got to get out of that car driver's mentality and realise that it's actually a 12-ton vehicle. It's going to be slow. Even the hybrids are a bit slow sometimes. You know, and I don't care. I don't care that I do 20 and a 30. At the end of the day, saying is it's a limit, not a target. You know, you've got to adjust your speeds to combat the road conditions, And that's what I do. You know, if I've got traffic up ahead, I'm not going to zoom up to 30 miles an hour just to then brake harshly, you know, back down to safe levels. It's just stupid. Absolutely stupid. Like, you know, and that's the other thing, like with the controllers, they may go to you, like, why are you running late? All I say is I'm adhering to the road conditions, or I'm adjusting to the road conditions. You know, I've adjusted my speed to combat the road conditions. There might be parked cars that I have to continuously get round, or slow moving traffic. You know, like, people need to understand that there's a lot that goes into driving this. You know, it's not just look at your mirrors and go. Like, you've got to think about where you positioned your vehicle. So if another bus was to come the other way, would they be able to get past? You know, if not, why not? You know, why have you like put yourself in a situation where you're blocking the traffic coming the other direction? Those are the kind of things that you have to work out. So with the 96 and the 422s, they go down Wickham Lane, and there's a lot of parked cars, meaning only one bus can get through that road up to a certain point, right? So you've got to go, right, okay, a 96 has just gone past me, so I know there's not going to be another 96 for a while. I haven't seen a 422 yet, so I've now got to anticipate a 422 coming the opposite direction. So if I move up into the middle of the road, is there anywhere I can stop so he can pull in, so I can then continue, and then he can get round me? That's what you've got to think about. It's all about anticipation and planning. It's the same with like the 380s. They go around all the houses and all the very narrow roads up in Charlton. Like, you've got to really know how to plan and read the situation and anticipate cars and everything like that. You've got to go, right, if I move forward here, is there a gap for me to get in, or a gap for the car to get in, so we can move around each other? That's what you've got to think about. And that's what a lot of car drivers don't understand. You know, they'll like toot you to go, but you're like, hold on, there's a van behind you, so how am I going to get past the van? It's better if you come and let the van go, and then I go to then, you know, do you know what I mean? If that's making any sense, it's a lot that goes into it, you know. And I think people really need to have a reality check and go, oh yeah, it's not a car, it's a bus. It's a 12-ton bus with a 3-ton engine in the back. It's not going to go very quick, is it? It's not, you know. And I know, like, a lot of people say, well, a lot of other drivers, you know, drive right up to the speed limit, and I go, yeah, but because they don't care about their mentality is, oh, I've got to put the schedule above safety. That's wrong. You are taught that safety always takes priority over the schedule. Yeah, if you're running late, do not increase your speed to try and catch up to your leader. If it's going to endanger the safety of your passengers, do not do it. You know, you do not put yourself in that situation, because if you have an accident, they're going to review the CCTV, see what speed you were doing, and they'll go, oh, you were breaking the speed limit, no wonder why you had an accident, and you'll lose your job. Simple as that, really. So do not put yourself in a situation like that. You know, safety is always a priority. That's what you get paid to do. You get paid to transport your passengers from A to B safely, not on time. If you're on time, that's a bonus. Yeah, the controllers get paid to worry about the schedule, you know, and the headway of the buses, etc. That's what they get paid to worry about. Your main concern is your safety of passengers and yourself. Now, do you really want to put your life on the line just to get your passengers to the destination on time? No. I don't care about these people. No disrespect to all these passengers, but my life is more valuable to me than your lives. You know, I don't want to put myself in a situation where I could end up in an accident where I could get injured. So why would I want to do it for other people as well? You know, I would never put any other person in danger, let alone my own life, just to get somewhere on time. Ain't worth it. You know, like if I was early getting here, but if I was late, you know, yeah, it might affect the service, but I got here safely. I got my passengers here safely, so nothing to worry about, you know. I've got 8 minutes. I'm going to ramble on for a little bit longer, then I'm going to go to the toilet and get ready to go back out. But it's a car driver's mentality, you know. Like, we've all done it. We all don't want to be stuck behind a bus, so we zoom past it, even though he's put his indicator out. And a lot of people forget that the highway code states that if it's safe to do so, you need to let the bus out. Now, I know a lot of bus drivers do just pull out willy-nilly, you know, they force their way out, and if I'm being honest, sometimes you have to do that, otherwise no car driver will let you out. So sometimes you do have to be a bit of a bully, but we do it because sometimes we have to, because let's be honest, again, like I said, no one wants to be stuck behind a bus, so sometimes we do have to be a bit of a bully to force people to stop. It's wrong, but otherwise you're going to be sat there for like 10 minutes waiting to get out. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you do have to be a bit aggressive, not too aggressive, just like keep nudging and nudging and nudging, you know, nudge an inch, nudge an inch, nudge an inch, and then eventually you'll get someone to let you go. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I don't just swing out on people and force them to stop, because that's dangerous. That's dangerous driving. I can get arrested for that. Do you know what I mean? But it's just a little bit annoying. But that's kind of the main topic I wanted to talk about today, was just car drivers' mentality of like, oh, the bus is so slow. Ooh. But when you're actually in the cab driving it, 20 miles an hour is really, really fast. Trust me on that. And then when you do go back in your car, you go, oh, 20 miles an hour is bloody slow. But in a bus, it's really fast. And that's because of how big the vehicle is. But yeah, bit of a ramble today. But obviously I haven't uploaded in a while, so I just thought I'd do a little bit of a long video. But yeah, that's kind of, I think it, oh no, we just hit 400 subscribers at the time recording. So a big, massive thank you to all of your new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the content that I have on the channel. Thank you so much for 400 subs. It means a great deal. It's pushed to 500. That'd be amazing if we could do that. But yeah, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has subscribed. It's utterly amazing. See all the support and the comments. I've been reading a few and responding to a few comments recently. So a big, massive thank you to all the support and the community engagement we have. Thank you for your questions. Obviously, if you do have any more questions, do leave it in the comments. But yeah, so I'm going to sign off here. But thank you very much again for 400 subscribers. I hope you are enjoying the content. And yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.